Hello, my name is Jenny Funkmeyer. I'm the one woman who's trying to save the world. Um, I, I don't know how to save the world, but I listen to a voice in my head that I consider to be my spirit guide, and the spirit guide has been telling me what to do. It's kind of a long story today. It's an ongoing saga, and the ending is kind of depressing. So if you are trying to be inspired by woman's effort to save the world, this is not the video. Try to watch like somebody else, Jordan Peterson, Jim Carrey, Eckhart Tolle, Oprah Winfrey. Like you got to go to the real people who are saving the world. And I am just, I am 64 years old. I have a really good life. I live in a beautiful place. I got a beautiful garden, Tibetan flags. I have my life pretty much under control. I just live in one room, and I am a spiritual teacher. This is my teacher, and for 5 years I've been teaching spirituality, learning spirituality in a school called Parallel University. I mean, you can find my videos in my channel here, and you can also follow the saga happened of me, this new saga of saving the world, new effort of saving the world. So the new effort of saving the world is that starting January 1st, 2018, the voice in my head, my spirit guide, tells me to, I tell him, see, I have very intimate conversation with my spirit guide. He's always around. He's a 15-year-old boy, but he's definitely unconditional love. He's from the kind of the Jesus camp, who is the kind of the he says he's from the ascended ancestors school. They are human beings who have lived pious moral life and advance themselves morally to become higher, more advanced being. And he is one of them. He's in that school. He's just learning. He's 15 years old, but he's definitely better off than me, because he could hear the big boss. The big boss is this guy, Thoth. He could have direct conversation with Thoth, but I can't. So I have to rely a voice in my head to translate, to listen to Thoth. Yeah, it's really weird. Spirituality, if you really kind of follow it in this kind of new reality way, it's really trippy and really far out, and it's totally unknown, uncharted territory, because I guess that's what it is. My spirit guide said, well, we are here to try to do better than Jesus. Like, Jesus already did whatever he did to save the world, and he has said that you should, do better than me. Jesus said, do better than me. So, and I am a Pollyanna. I actually believe in Jesus, and I said, okay, I'll do better than you. Like how do I do better? I don't know. So I tried in my way to be very, very, very much like Jesus, right? Unconditional love, and do my thing for the world's people. And when I asked my teacher, Nisargadatta, which is it's also Ramanan Maharishi. I read him as well. And when someone asked Nisargadatta, he said, well, is there anything wrong to behave like a saint before you are a saint? Like before you're enlightened, what do you do? It's like, what do you do for your realization, for your enlightenment? Everybody wants to be a saint, and he said, is it okay to behave like a saint before you are a saint? And Nisargadatta just laughed, and he said, yeah, go right ahead. It's like, go right ahead, provided you don't try to profit from it. So I'm like, sure, I'm gonna do my best in my aspiration to be a saint, to do better than Jesus, and just tell me what to do. So my spirit guide, the 15-year-old boy who was in the Jesus camp, said, okay, go to Pico Union. And I'm a sucker that listens to my spirit guide, and not like, I had a tremendously hard time to go like, what? You see, I want to be a fashion designer. I have this product called Just Sleeve, like this I'm wearing. It's just sleeves, right? It's just sleeves, and I've been making these sleeves for a long time, and so I want to open a storefront and sell it to people. That's the thing with me, is I make things, I make art, I make paintings, I make fashion. I'm endlessly creative every day. I write, I do all I'm a very busy person, but I'm never like sell my stuff for real. So I feel that as I'm saving the world, I should also save myself. What's the use of saving the world when I don't save myself? So like, whatever Jesus did, even though we think he saved the world, but really I think he did it for himself. He wants eternal life. He wants to test out eternal life. And Jesus the man, not Jesus the Christ. After he became Jesus the Christ is a whole different story. But Jesus the man who lived in Nazareth, all he wanted to do was better his own life. He has a human life. And and this is what he did, was, what he did. He faced the Roman, he faced the Jewish bankers in the church, and then he got nailed on the cross, and then he became Jesus the Christ. So anyway, this is a whole different story. I digress. I'm so sorry. I'm also sorry this is a live video. I wish there was an editor, because this could be just be edited, and it'd be much better. But I don't have that capacity. I'm not able to do that. To edit the video, to actually look at myself speak is really difficult for me. So, and again, my spirit guides are encouraging me to upload videos and keep my efforts uploaded to the Akashic records. He calls the internet, the YouTube, the Akashic records. It's like the records that keeps the unconscious and the conscious material. It's all now in the physical, and it's called YouTube, but my spirit guide calls it the Akashic record. It's the record where we keep all our doings. So okay, then I go to Pico Union, and it's a completely, I live in Los Angeles, City of Angels, and it's a completely like Hispanic area. Everyone is a descendant of the Aztec race, and they all speak Spanish. And I'm like, I asked my spirit guide, I said, what am I doing here? I want to be a fashion designer. Like, I want to sell my products. And he said, you also want to save the world. So don't forget, don't go to sell to the rich people, rob from the poor, and sell, make it and sell it to the rich people. You should, like, remember your place where the working class are. And I must say, I really admire the Hispanic people. They work hard. So February 1st, 16 days ago, I rented this storefront in a swap meet on 6th and Everado, which is like, it looks like Tijuana. It's completely Mexicans and it's wonderful. I have an affair with, I have a love affair with this man named Carlos, a working class guy, just a hardworking guy, solid guy, and a very honest guy, and he works really hard. I have a spiritual love affair. Oh, I'm so sorry. I mean, a spiritual love affair in which, in a past life, I was with. In a past life, 350 years ago, I was in China. I was a prostitute, and I was only 14 years old, and I hate the rich people that comes to the brothel, but I really like this one guy who's a working class. He was a woodworker. In that lifetime, he was Chinese, and he just works really, really hard, and about once a month he was able to pay to get a prostitute, and I am his favorite, and he comes, and he's only, I think he was only 19 years old in my past life when we were together. Anyway, he died, I died, and in this life I met him, this soul, this past life entity who has been in my life many, many times in my 64 years as a man named Carlos. The guy who did this wood floor in my house, who has done wood floor for 27 years on my property, is named Carlos. My gardener, who did my gardening for 25 years, his name is Carlos. Many more handyman, people that are really, really good. Whoever comes, Hispanic guy, working guy, proletarian guy, who comes to do a certain job, a plumber named Carlos, just they're all named Carlos. And I'm like, it's almost like, hey, look at me. I past life, 350 years ago, we were lovers. We were both, I was a sex worker and he was a woodworker. So we were both proletarian workers. And now in this lifetime, now I'm a 64-year-old person who really has a very good life, right? I have a good life. I have my retirement funds. I mean, I have figured out my money situation. I'm okay. Not, I don't really have to work anymore. I'm lucky. So I'm like, I love Carlos. I want to go to the Hispanic area and complete and continue my love affair with the Hispanic working class people, because deep in my heart, I'm a working class girl. But I'm highly educated. I have a master degrees, and I'm a spiritual science teacher. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go and save Carlos and save Carlos' children. Spiritually. I'm talking about spirituality. I'm not talking about for real. For real, I'm there, rented a storefront because in the swap meet, because it's a rent that I could afford, and there's traffic. There's just a lot of people. It's like just a lot of people. It's an area with a lot of people just walking around. I mean, in a similar area with traffic like this, which is maybe in the Promenade in Santa Monica or in Venice, on Abbot Kinney, in these high class area in which everyone is like high class, where they drink coffee in intelligentsia. They don't drink coffee at Pale Blood. At Starbucks, they drink coffee at intelligentsia. I'm very scared when I'm in areas like that. I really am. I don't know why. I mean, I when I really kind of look smart, I can be in the high class area and no one knows I'm scared, but inside I'm scared with the proletarian people, with the people down in Pico Union and the swap meet. I feel really at home. I'm like, they are really loving. They are really forgiving. And I feel like I can, there's going to be some kind of exchange, right? I'm going to be a spiritual teacher and they can teach me maybe how to sell my products. So I'm there And so this is that's just a recap of what just happened. For 16 days I'm there. I made a curtain, I cover up the place, and I've been painting the space beautiful. Like I pride myself in my house painting techniques, you know, like I always paint things with all kinds of colors, and beauty is really important to me. And the swap meet has a completely different kind of vibes. People are selling iPhone case, selling boots, selling medicine, fruit juice. There's an optometrist studio to make glasses. There are seamstress there. It's like the swap meet is where the Hispanic community come to buy things for life. You can buy soap, you can buy food, you can buy all kinds of things in the swap meet. So it's wonderful, and I'm there to sell my fashion, just sleeves. So I go there, and I'm like, you know what? I don't want to look like I'm come from a different kind of aesthetic, different kind of understanding of what beauty means. And I thought that's really great. I'm there to learn that the Hispanic aesthetic of, you know, they just loaded everything up, and I am like, it has to be pretty. So I made my place very pretty. I painted it a very soothing color, because the vibration is very high there. It's loud, it's Mexican music playing, people talking in really high volume, and I like very chill spiritual music. You know, the kind of Chen Renzi, or what, just meditation music. So it's very chill. That my colors are kind of pastelly, very very chill. I thought it will provide the community a place to go to see to be different in the swap meet. And indeed, I've been getting a lot of interest. I'm getting a lot of eyeballs, which I love. People are like looking, going, what the hell is she doing? And I'm like, yes, I'm here to be, you know, it's a spiritual teacher, to demonstrate my way of life. And like that, I must say, that's what I'm thinking. I'm kind of arrogant person, a Pollyanna, and an arrogant person. And the children's been helping me paint the place, and I'm very nice to the children, and I'm playing with them, and they're like asking me all kinds of questions, and so I feel like, wow, this is save the world. It's like, you know, don't talk about, yeah. I was a spiritual teacher, right? So for 5 years I was doing all this talking about spirituality, and in my last class in 2017, which was a New Year's Eve, at Parallel University, at the last class in 2017, I asked everyone to come up with ways they could save the world, just as an exercise, like a fun thing to do. People just started like talking about, like, not the ways, but like what's wrong and how it should be saved, like how, you know, all these things that we think about. But I said, well, you know, Parallel University, talking about saving the world, talking about spirituality is so over, man. Like, let's not talk about it. Let's go out and do something. Since I am like the teacher, the principal of this spirituality school, I decided on January 1st, 2018, I'm going to go out and put Parallel University's teaching in action. So I call it PUIA, Parallel University in Action, and it's pronounced PUIA, PUIA, PUIA. So I'm down in Pico Union, PUIA, out there doing my thing. Children come to play, and then I noticed that the lady who has the booth across from me, she is the most successful sales lady in the whole swap meet. Like, the other people I mean, the swap meet, they work 10 a.m. to 7 p.m., 6 days a week. Every day they're there selling, selling. I'm only there like short time. I can't be there that long. I can't work that hard. I just can't. I cannot repeat myself. I don't know how to repeat things. So anyway, they are like, they're there, and this lady who is across from me is really great. She is an amazing sales lady. I'm just watching her. I'm like, whoa. I mean, on a weekend, like she sells jewelry. She sells jewelry, she repairs jewelry, and the community just comes to her like all the time. There's like 5 to 10 people in her booth, like buying stuff, and she sells a lot. And she has 6 children. The youngest is the oldest is 25 years old, and the youngest is 2 twins, 9 years old, and those twins are at my booth playing with me, helping me paint. And this lady is very loving. When she talks to her children, she's loud, but she's very loving. It's different aesthetics. It's just different class of people, different ways of expressing things. There are actual class difference, there are actual educational difference and cultural difference. And I'm here to like explore all this. I want them to see me, and I want to see them. And I'm watching this lady, and this is happening. I'm looking at, oh my God, she's like selling, repairing jewelry. She's over here like using a pliers, repairing jewelry, over there talking to someone who's like have a diamond ring, and her son is watching the guy that's not going to take the diamond ring and stuff like that. And she gave me a lot of pointers, like I need a bathroom key, and he said, here's the bathroom, go make a copy. And that's so smart to me. It's like, wait, I rented this booth. The landlord is supposed to give me a key. No, they don't do that here. You want a key, you just borrow my key and make a copy. And I said, thank you, right? So it's like learning the protocol of how to live there. And I'm learning. So anyway, I'm painting, I'm making this place beautiful. So yesterday, finally, I'm finished painting. Oh, the painting, somehow my spirit guide said, put some angels on the wall and paint angel wings on the walls, which I did. I'm like, no, my product is called Just Sleeve. And he said, angel wings, because when you wear the Just Sleeve, the thing about it is that you are supposed to stand up really high, right? You're supposed to stand up. I'm so depressed this morning. I'm still in bed. So what happens with wearing the sleeves is that you are supposed to like really stand up straight and pull your back side down, your shoulder blades down, and stand up. Otherwise the sleeves don't look so good. They don't look nice. To look nice, you really have to like stand up straight, as if the sleeves are your angel wings. So these sleeves are actually angel wings. So that's my reasoning to think that, yeah, my spirit guide has some validity of saying paint angel wings on the wall. So anyway, yesterday I finished painting the angel wings, and it's got gold and all kinds. And then I opened the gate, opened the curtain, and the lady across her name is Letitia, the jewelry, the super sales lady Letitia said, oh, Grace, you're finally opening the door for sale. I said, yes. And I gestured to the room, and it has my, by the way, if you want to see any of this, I have an Instagram account that has the pictures. You kind of have to do your own editing, and if someone do the editing for me, I would love it. Just go ahead, take my material, make a movie if you want. No, don't do that. I will make a movie. Oh, anyway, I mean, like, because I was a filmmaker, I'm always thinking of making a movie, right? And I'm doing YouTube, so I'm thinking of making a movie. Anyway, the pictures on Instagram. So the pictures are on Instagram. And anyway, whew, what am I saying? So I'm like, okay, look. And immediately, two Hispanic ladies who are quite, dressed quite well, like, asked me, what is this? I said, they are just sleeves. They said, if they, and then I showed them. I said, look, they're a pair of sleeves. You can wear them, right? And I tried to put it on them, and they said, but it's angel wings? I said, oh yeah, angel wings. It's because, and by then I lost them. They left, they walked away. So I realized my spirit guide is a 15-year-old boy from the Jesus camp, and he doesn't know about 2018. He's a 2,000-year-old spirit because he knows Jesus of Nazareth, I think. I actually don't know. He's a spirit, and he doesn't really know the current world. So I am the one who knows the current world. And it means that I need to really listen to my spirit guide with a more discernible ear. And not just take his every word as if some kind of golden mandate. I have to consider it myself. My product is called Just Sleeve. God forbid, I don't know why I painted angel wings on my wall. So first of all, the angel wings, which took me a long time to paint, was a fail. And then I'm getting a little depressed already, and then more people walk by, and I'm trying to like learn from the lady Letitia across the street. Like she makes 50, 60 to 100 sales a day. I mean, that's a lot of sales. Each one, some of them are $1, some of them are $3. I mean, she supports 6 children, a husband. She has this big store with all kinds of jewelry. I mean, working hard. And she is not poor, she is a working class lady. I like working class people a lot because they're not really poor. They are just working class. They work, which is what I like. I really like that. Anyway, I'm looking at her. I'm like, how does she do it? How does she just make so many sales? And I'm trying to ask her, but she can't really tell me. She said, what do you mean? I said, Letitia, how do you sell? She said, what? I said, I'm an artist. I can paint the store really nice. I can design different kinds of sleep. I don't know how to sell them. And she's like, so she can't explain it to me. So I'm like really depressed, and I go back to my store, and I'm like looking out going, this is a real bad mistake. First of all, Just Sleeve is already a complicated enough concept to explain to people who are there to try to like repair their glasses and try to spend $2-3 in buying things. Not a lot of money, You're not, you don't think I'm gonna be able to sell this sleeve for $65, like no one at the swap meet, right? Like just crazy. No wonder that's how the world is. Like I'm discovering that the world is the way it is because it is the way it is because it's the most logical way if you think profit comes first, because it's much better to have the sleeve made in the swap meet and sell it in Venice, Santa Monica, Malibu, those fancy places for $65, get it made for cheap in pico unit and sell it high. But like, that's what the Sagadatta said, don't do, right? Like, behave like a saint, but don't profit from it. So it's like being a spiritual person. This is a serious, like, this is a serious thing. I mean, like, I don't have an answer. Like, what? I'm gonna have to like. So I don't know. I like, then the manager of the swap meet walked by. He is a hip Hispanic guy. He's one of these cholo guys. He's got all kinds of tats on his body, and he's a big Hispanic guy, and he just definitely looked like he is what we call a cholo, meaning like tough Hispanic thug kind of guy. He looks like it. He's actually kind of handsome in that Hispanic way. Again, this is my love affair with Carlos, right? Like, I find this kind of rough looking working class guy really attractive. Yeah. I was in Tibet one time, and the Tibetans, holy shit, they look like some like gangster, or like they all anyway, like tough guys, like tough looking guys. Even though my own husband Otis, it's a very brainy guy. I also like brainy guy. I like tough guys. I like brainy guys. Like tough guys, not as a husband. I like brainy guys. My personal choice for husband, it's a brainy guy. Oh, okay, I digress again. I'm so sorry. I need editing badly. Like, editing can really help because I go all over the place when I talk. Anyway, let me spread my angel wings. And okay, so I'm like, okay, angel wings is fair. It should be called just sleep. Just sleep is really good. At least I can explain to people just sleep. So that's okay. And then okay, right. Sorry about this manager guy. So the manager guy who's come in to talk to me. He likes talking to me because he speaks really good English without accent. Just like a lot of people in the swap meet all speaks English. It's just easier to speak Spanish to each other. It's a community, but they speak really good English anyway. That's why I have no problem. Thank God I'm in City of Angels, even though this looks like Tijuana. It's not Tijuana. It's Los Angeles. It's America, and everyone speaks English. And the manager speaks really good English. Like, he's like a real like cholo guy, and he comes over to talk to me every day. And he's like, "Hey, Jenny," he said, "Jenny, what are you doing?" And he's trying to put on this English accent when he talks to me. I said, "Jenny, how are you?" Because I speak English and kind of to him and kind of with an English accent, and he's very curious, like, what the hell are you doing? So he's been watching me for 16 days, right, painting this place and making it really pretty and putting pictures up, and my friends, and I keep saying, yeah, I got a lot of friends. They're gonna come, and they're gonna come, and then I'm hoping that when my friends come, they wouldn't like buy things there. They would discover the swap meet. That would be so cool, right? Like, and then I asked, and then I had to own up, because I was really like, it was the first time that I look kind of like haggard and really feeling kind of depressed at the swap meet, and you shouldn't do that in places like that, because I'm under the assumption that when you're like that, people take advantage of you, and indeed it is true. I can't even dress too well, like too revealing. Like, I can't wear this, there, too much skin showing, too much skin, too much smile, too much happiness. There are a lot of homeless people walking around. There are like really kind of bad looking people walking around. There are mentally deranged people walking around. All those people are there, and it's a no-no to flop around. So I'm learning that as well. Like I started going down there in shorts because I ride bicycle, and I ended up now I'm wearing long pants because showing too much legs, and it's a no-no. It's a no-no. These are all gems that I learned. I wouldn't gems, the unspoken gems that I'm picking up. Anyway, the manager and of the swap meet is talking with me, and he's looking around. He said, well, you know what? I don't sell. I'm the manager here, so I don't really know. I said, yeah, look at, I'm looking at Letitia, the lady across from me. She really sells. She's here all the time selling. So I guess the first thing about selling is you got to be here. You got to, he said, yeah, you got to have products, and you got to display the products. I said, oh, wow, really? So first of all, you got to have products. I have 5 sleeves. I thought I'll sell these 5 sleeves first and then make more, because it's very hard for me to make more, and every single one is special and it's new. It's a new design. It's a new thing. It has to be new. Sempre nova. Always new. Always new. To me, repeating is just no good in my way, and I guess I don't have enough products for sale. Those 5 sleeves, and the 5 sleeves, unfortunately, they were not like this one, which is kind of loose. They were kind of the tight kind. They were really tight, and all the ladies that came in, their arms were kind of their arms was bigger than mine, so none of my 5 sleeves would have fit anybody that come into my store. And immediately I realized 5 sleeves, you can't open a store. I'm just a dummy girl. And the manager, his name is Ozzy. Ozzy is looking at me, and it's kind of dawning on him, like, I thought this woman knows what she's doing. I thought she has a plan, but she's kind of a dummy. She's a dummy lady. She's like spending money on the rent and spending 16 days painting the shops. At the same time, on the first, there was another guy opening up a barber shop the same day I rented my store, and he has been like in business for at least, he just took him 2 days to put in a whole barber shop. He said he took everything from storage and he put in the whole barber shop 2 days, and then he's been making money. It's the 16th, right? So he's been making money for 14 days, 2 weeks he's been making money, and you know, that money pays rent, pays for his food and everything. And me, I'm independently wealthy. I don't really need to make money. I'm just kind of there. It's okay to like pay rent for a little bit. So it's like I'm there for a different kind of purpose. And I anyway, this manager said, well, first you have to have products. So he looks around. He said, you know, he's very kind. He didn't say you don't have enough products. He's just like, you need products. I said, right. He said, you need to display the product. And I look at my products. I don't have it displayed. I had it kind of hanging on the wall like some freaking art, which is me. Everything is like artsy. You know, everything has to be artsy, right? So you see, nice and artsy, everything. This is like. So I said, oh, okay, so that means all my painting, all the way I decorated the place is wrong, because I came from a totally different aesthetic, and it's wrong for that place. I don't know why it didn't dawn on me. I'm just really kind of like dummy. So then, you know, like I was kind of just falling down in front of Ozzy, in front of my Carlos, And I guess my face is twitching, like nobody wants to look like, you know, I thought I was a spiritual teacher, but I'm just a dummy girl. I'm just a Pollyanna dummy. Yeah. So I'm like, okay. And then Ozzy walks out, and before he walks out, he turns back. He said, "Put a price tag on your product." And I'm like, oh my God. Yes. Have product, display product, put price tag on product, and you sell product. And Letitia is demonstrating to me how to sell it. I mean, it's very simple. My existential angst of unable to sell my art was just unceremoniously stripped of all its gold and glitter, exposing myself to be just a basic kind of an artist who can't sell her art, who is at the swap meet because poor people have more love, more tolerance for so-called high-class people like me. High-class people have less tolerance because in poor areas that are more poor, people don't have money. All they have is love. All they have is community. All they have is for real, reality. There's so much less fantasy. Someone like me with head full of like save the world idea and fantasy come to try to, you know, play with children, and when it really comes down to like making a living from selling your product, I didn't know the first thing about it. So I actually learn a lot more than what I'm doing for them. Down in the proletarian proletarian area. And this is the thing about me is like, when I become kind of like that, I get really depressed. I have bipolar, and I get unreasonably depressed about how stupid I am, how just like on one hand, I'm a really brilliant person, and on the other hand, I'm just a retarded girl. So, have product, display product, put a price tag on product. Well, this is the saga, as of today, of what's happening to my store, MASHION. It's called MASHION, Mash Up Fashion. Thank you for watching. I'm a little depressed right now. I guess I hope the next time you see me, I'm in better shape, and maybe it's actually kind of a crashing feeling, really. I mean, I've been wanting to make this fashion store. I've been wanting to sell my fashion, actually sell my fashion. I mean, I people that have been buying from me are my friends, and a lot of them bought from me because they like me. Some of them are my spiritual friends, and everybody's very kind. And now to actually sell my product for real in a for real place, it's like fantasy meeting reality, and reality is a lot harsher than fantasy. That's all for now. Thanks for watching. You don't have to like this video. Just don't like. I hope you don't unsubscribe, but if you do, I understand.